Welcome back, youth, to bringing yoga into our daily lives as we move through the 8 limbs of yoga. Today we're continuing to move through asana, our physical postures, and connecting our breath with our physical postures. So yoga is a combined practice that includes our asanas. Many asanas are named after animals which the yogis imitated in order to gain their strengths. Asanas stretch and relax nerves, muscles, joints, and in turn increasing flexibility, range of motion, while creating a pleasant feeling of relaxation. Through asana practice, we also learn to flow with energy throughout the body. We nourish and tone our organs, our glands, and we also nourish and tone our blood, our lymph flow, and mental concentration to those areas. The hormones secreted by the endocrine glands control our physical, mental, and emotional states. Combining our physical postures with breath and focus promotes optimal physical and emotional well-being. Through our breath, we oxygenate and purify our blood, promoting calmness. Concentration leads us into deeper perceptions. When we hold a pose, we open into mental steadiness and calming the mind. Today we focus on breath as we move through our asanas and hold steadily and comfortably. As we focus, we're bringing into mind an intention for ourselves today. We remind ourselves that the asana is not the end goal, but the path. Let's anchor our busy mind into the intention we set today as we move through our asanas. So today we're going to also focus on Moksha. Moksha is liberation and freedom. So let's take a moment. We're going to anchor into the soles of our feet. It's fine if we're sitting down already, or standing, lying down. Let's just feel where the body is touching the earth and relax and try to allow the joints to stack here. We're going to close the eyes and start to breathe in and out of the nose. Allow the breath to expand through the body, noticing that as well. And as we calm the mind, focusing the mind back inward, as we focus on the breath expanding through the body and then contracting or releasing through the body. As we notice all the organs that move, the tummy, the chest, the shoulders. And then as we exhale, we draw back in. So as we draw back in, we're inhaling and exhaling, becoming more aware of the body. We're going to bring in the intention Moksha today. So just allow a smile across the face. Eyes are closed, relaxing to the inside. And each inhale and exhale, we're thinking of the word moksha as if we're saying it inside of ourselves. And just rotating that word over and over again with the breath. Moksha, moksha. One more breath here. And let's exhale, start to open the eyes. Palms are facing forward. We're going to inhale, lengthen the arms up and over. Let's exhale, palms together, hands to heart. As we come hands to heart, let's start to open the legs, finding our straddle pose. Remember, it doesn't have to be huge, just open legs, comfortable, soften those knees. Find the weight into the soles of the feet. So maybe rock forward a little bit, rock back, feel the weight into the heels, feel the weight into the balls of the feet and toes, and then press down. And you should also feel it on the sides of the feet, grounding here, drawing inward as we tighten our muscles around the bones until we come all the way through center where we bring the hands. We're going to inhale up and over. We have our volcano pose, cross the thumbs. We're going to keep this volcano pose. Exhale, lateral flexion. So move into that side. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, move into the opposite side in lateral flexion. Inhale, stabilize, lengthen. Exhale, lateral flexion. Inhale. Nice deep breath, stretching through center. Exhale, releasing to a side. Inhale. As we exhale, release the hands, coming all the way down to our sides. We're going to bring it behind the back, interlace the fingers, draw down towards the mat, roll those shoulders back, lift through the heart, lift the gaze, tuck those abs in, hinge at the hips, exhale forward, moving all the way forward and down. As we release the back, head, neck, and shoulders, let's lift the arms and hands up off the back just as high as we can. Check in with the soles of the feet. Are we pressing evenly down? Are our knees soft? Our legs lengthening and stabilizing ourselves. One more breath as we focus. Let's exhale, release the hands. Soften the knees, hinge the glutes back, hands on knees, just gently. Pick up one heel at a time and draw it in. As we draw those heels in, we'll notice the knees point the same direction as our toes. Hands right above the knees, roll the shoulders back, lengthen through the torso. Take a nice deep breath, and as we are hinged, let's exhale, flower pose. Elbows come directly into the rib cage, palms face upward, and try and rotate out so that from our waist or our rib cage straight out to the sides, fingertips, palms up, abs tucked in, lengthen back, hips, glutes back. You can still see the big toes and knees point the same direction as those toes. One more breath in our flower pose. Let's exhale, draw it all the way up and over. Inhale, lengthening. We're going to exhale into sunflower. So now palms face forward, making a big sunflower. As we exhale, we hinge back down. Option to hinge forward to come close to our earth, to the mat. Inhale, lengthening back up with that nice flat back as we come all the way up and over. Palms forward, we're going to move into our moonflower. Exhale, hinging again, keeping that nice flat back, elbows down to the rib cage, palms forward. Inhale, lengthening up. Sunflower, exhale, big circle here, hinging back down. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, moonflower. Inhale, lengthening up. And exhale, release all the way down to our sides. Let's heel toe back into hip width distance apart. Let's go ahead and roll through the shoulders for a moment. Nice deep breaths. Getting in touch with the breath here. And finding a little bit of stillness, let's exhale, release the shoulders back and down. We're gonna face each other. Go ahead and move over to that side a little bit. Soften those knees, find that hip width distance apart. Let's inhale, up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Hanging on to the backs of the legs, stabilizing into the soles of the feet. Relax the back here. Let's go ahead and move into ragdoll, but as we do this time, we're hanging on to one arm. We're gonna let one arm go,
And then allow us to move into our ragdoll, and that other arm is like an elephant trunk here. So remember at the beginning of class we talked about the yoga poses being an imitation of an animal and gaining their strengths. Let's go ahead and release that. We're going to move to the other side. Let go of one arm, bring the other hand to the other arm, and once again, like we would ragdoll, we're allowing that elephant trunk though to just relax. Like we're in some water, swishing the water. And then let's come back to the center. We're done swishing that water. We're going to release the hands. We want to come into that monkey pose. Hands to the shins. Ground the feet. Soften those knees. Look forward. Roll those shoulders back. Finding a sunshine heart moving forward with the gaze. Then let's exhale back into our forward fold. Inhale, coming up into that half back. Take a nice deep breath. We're parallel with the floor. Let's exhale, roll those shoulders back, extend through our airplane arms, palms face the floor, extend through the fingers back, lift those arms up, lengthen all the way through the crown of the head. Then release that. We're moving right into our chair. Sweep it by the legs, soften the knees, soften the hips as we bring those hands forward. Roll the shoulders back, check those knees. Make sure we can see our big toes. Toes might lift. Nice deep breath here in our chair pose. Let's exhale, release that. Press into the heels. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Step one leg forward. Lift the back heel for a moment while all toes point forward, just finding balance here for our high lunge. And then slowly let's relax that heel down. Keep the toes pointed forward, finding the balance. That front leg lengthen into our pyramid pose. That just means hips face forward. We're balancing here, hip width distance apart, one leg forward, one leg back. Knees are slightly soft. And let's release that. Bring the arms down. Again, coming back to our back. Interlace the fingers, draw down the back. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift through the heart and gaze. Let's exhale while balancing. Allow yourself to move forward and down. Then lift those arms up off the back. Couple more breaths here. Let's exhale, release. Bring the hands down, soften that knee, step the other foot forward, hip width distance apart. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Keep those knees soft. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, press through those heels, lift those arms all the way up and over. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Opposite leg will step back. Lifting that heel, all toes point forward, front knee bends, high lunge, hands at heart, roll the shoulders back, lengthen through the torso. Take a nice deep breath. Let's exhale that back heel down. Toes still point forward. Start to lengthen that front leg, finding balance in our pyramid. Hips are face forward. Both legs are lengthened. The knees do not have to be locked out. They can be soft. Finding that balance here. Hands at heart. And then let's release the hands at heart. Bring the arms all the way back. Interlace the fingers, draw down and back, lift through the heart. Inhale, lift the gaze, keep the abs tucked in. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Let the heart lead forward down. And when you're ready, start to take the hands and lift up off the back as we find our breath here. Nice deep inhales and exhales out of the nose. Finding balance and strength here. And let's go ahead, release. As we release the arms, hands, soften, bend that front knee. Step the other leg forward, hip width distance apart. Inhale, half back. Soften those knees. You can have hands right above the knees here as we roll the shoulders back. Not a lot of weight into the knees. And let's once again come back into our airplane. Now, as we're in airplane, this time we're adding third warrior. Hinge one leg and draw straight back through the heel. Trying to balance here. We're going to slowly exhale, soften that knee. Bring it down. We're going to inhale, lifting up and over. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. We're going to do it on the other leg. So let's inhale, lengthen up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, soften those knees, lengthen those arms back for airplane. Switching to the other side for third warrior. Lengthen that leg straight back behind you, flex through the toes. Heel is our longest point. Find your breath as well as balance. Let's go ahead and slowly release that. Inhale, lengthen up and over. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Bringing the hands down, let's step it back into our downward facing dog. Finding our downward facing dog, flattening the back. Let's walk out the heels. Inhale, coming forward. Plank pose. Exhale, draw those elbows in, moving through crocodile. Hinging at the hips, allow the chin, the heart, the hips to come down. As we do, we want to move into Superman today. So remember, Superman extends through his legs, hip width distance apart, and through his arms, all the way through the fingers, shoulder width distance apart. So let's release the head for a moment. And as we inhale, let's lift the legs as high as we can, lift those arms as high as we can, lift our gaze forward, and continue to breathe here. And let's exhale, release, bring the hands down by each side of the chest, elbows in, release the forehead. On an inhale, press away from the earth, partial plank. On an exhale, let's bring it all the way back into wide-legged extended child's pose. Inhale, lengthening, coming back to all fours. As we find all fours joint alignment, let's inhale, release into our cow pose. As we exhale, we come into our cat pose. Inhaling cow. Nice deep breaths. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Inhale, last cow. And exhaling, last cat. Moving all the way back, we're going to walk our hands back to our knees, hip width distance apart, lifting all the way back, coming into our camel pose, make fist for wrist. Inhale, squeeze those glutes, stabilize into the legs, lift through the heart. Draw those shoulders back down together, and even the elbows down and towards each other. Keep the glutes tight as to protect our low back as we lift through the heart, lifting the gaze, remembering our breath here, trying to keep hips aligned with our knees. One more breath. And let's exhale.
Slowly release as we come forward. We're going to gently come all the way back. And remember, as we come all the way back, this time we're coming into hero's pose. So open up the legs or the feet just a little. Knees still hip width distance apart. Glutes come between the legs or between our feet. So then we bring those hands back. Fingertips point forward towards the knees. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the heart. Tuck in the abs. Lift the glutes off the floor as we stretch our quads. Lifting, gazing up. And let's exhale, release the hips, the glutes. And maybe even start to release a little bit closer to the ground. As to come to our forearms, maybe the palms or fingertips move to the soles of the feet. Here we engage, again, the shoulders back down. We lift through the heart, we keep the abs tucked in, and we can lengthen through the neck. Some of us might also start to move all the way to the floor, keeping those knees hip width distance apart. Can keep the hands or arms next to them and still lift through the heart as we stretch our quads. Let's exhale. We're going to start to make our way back up. So we first come to the elbows or forearms, palms of hands to the feet, and we could press through the hands as we lift all the way back up. We're going to come all the way forward, finding hands, knees at tabletop. Let's inhale into our windmill. Lifting, stretching, lengthening the back. Let's exhale, float the arm down. Inhale, windmill. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Today, the word of the day is asana, our physical postures. Exhale. Bring it to all fours. Let's inhale, finding our spinal balance, stretching through the fingertips, stretching through the heel. Exhale, release. Slow motion, inhale, opposite side. Exhale, releasing. Let's bring ourselves a little more forward to our mat. We want to find some balancing poses as well as strengthening poses. So let's find our feet hip width distance apart. Soften those knees hip width distance apart. Palms down, fingers forward, shoulder width distance apart. Roll the shoulders back. We're going to come into tabletop, so tuck those abs in, roll the shoulders back, and lift the hips or glutes just as high as we can. Lengthen through the neck, gazing upward. Nice deep breath. Let's exhale, release the glutes. Coming into a little bit of a workout here, we're going to come right into our boat pose. So hands come forward, finding maybe a bent leg boat. Remember, for our boats, we're looking for the flat back first, so roll those shoulders back. Lift through the heart, tuck in those abs, and then find the legs lengthening or bending or just finding balance wherever you can. Let's bring it back down. We're coming right back in to our tabletop. Fingers point forward. Inhale, lift the glutes. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And let's exhale, release. Coming back into our boat. Remember, we can't come into boat while leaving the hands there. We're still lifting through the heart, still lengthening through the back. Let's bring it down. Come right back into our tabletop. Inhale. 1 more breath. And let's exhale, release. Once again, finding your version of boat. So whether it be bent leg, hands back, hands on legs, or maybe our hands, arms lengthened forward. We still have a nice flat back. And let's exhale. As we release this time, grab a hold of the knees, plant the feet. Let's roll the shoulders back, lift through the heart, draw ourselves close to the lap, tuck in the abs like we're in cow pose as we look up. As we exhale, let's move back into our cat pose. As we're in cat pose, let's round through the back and come all the way down, knees towards the chest. Starting to release head, neck, shoulders.
Inhale, let's open the arms. Exhale, twist to one side. As we inhale, let's move back to center. Exhaling, gently move to the other side. Bend knees, shoulders open, arms connected to the floor. Exhale, let's bring it back to center. Keep those knees in towards the chest, rolling to the opposite side. And then again, keeping with the movement, exhale, center, tighten those abs, knees to chest. Inhale as we allow a twist to open up the low back. Exhale, let's come back to center. As we come back to center, let's give ourselves a hug, knees to chest, forehead towards the knees, and gently rock left and right. And let's gently release. Soles of the feet come all the way down. This time, open up the soles of the feet, heel toe to the outside of our mats if we had them, or just wide. Feel that the heels are grounded and the toes point straight forward away from us. A knee start to open here as we find them up towards the ceiling. Now let's go ahead and exhale for a moment. Bring the knees close together, possibly touching. Try to press the soles of the feet down into the ground. Then inhale, let's open the knees back up. Open the arms. Exhale, let both knees move to one side. Allow the hips to open. Keep the shoulders grounded. And let's exhale, moving back through center. And inhale again, moving to the other side, letting the knees come over, letting the hips twist. Hips and glutes can come off the ground. We're keeping shoulders grounded, arms grounded. Let's exhale back through center, just moving slowly with our own breath, side to side, taking a moment's pause, and then allowing us to move to the next side. And then finding center again. Taking nice deep breaths here. Let's heel toe. Unless we have any low back issues, we might keep our feet out. We might let the knees crash into center to open up the low back. If we don't have any low back issues, we can open up the hands, the arms. We can relax the body as we lengthen the legs all the way down to the ends of the mat, allowing the feet and legs to be open. Here we come to the focus of our breath as we inhale and exhale. We start to shut the eyes and start to move back inward. Do we feel the breath as it moves through the nose, through the throat, through the lungs? Do we feel it expanding through the ribs and our abs? As we exhale, we feel that relaxation move through the body, relaxing our head, our shoulders, our back, relaxing the arms, relaxing the legs as we flow all the way down through the toes. Inhaling and exhaling.
Today, we take time to let go. Letting go of the past and the future as we learn the limitless possibilities when we choose now. The clock ticks, time moves into practical matters. We breathe in, we breathe out. When we are ready, breath by breath, we let go of those practical matters and we focus into our present moment. We let go of psychological time. We release our identification with our past. We release the continuous projection into our future. We let go of the obsession of the goal. We allow ourselves to honor this very moment. At what step or process we are currently in. Bringing our attention into the now. The now is not just a stepping stone into our future. This stepping stone is more. It's a journey, an adventure, without obsessing where and or when we need to arrive in order to attain or make it. Are you aware of the sacred miracle of life that is unfolding all around you? The quality of your consciousness at this moment, experiencing the now, shapes your future. If your mind carries heavy burdens of the past through unconscious habits and thoughts, then we experience more of the same. True change only occurs in the now. The problem lies within the attachment of the past or future and denial of the now. The real problem is the time-bounded mind. We could only be free and experience moksha, liberation, freedom in this very moment. Affix your attention to the now. Our life situations only exist within time. The situation is mind stuff. Your life is now. When we are full of problems, there is no room for a solution. But when you can make some room, create space, finding your life underneath your life situation. Awaken from the dream of time and into the present moment. Moksha, moksha, moksha. Liberation, freedom, ananda, bliss. Ananda, bliss. Today we will combine Moksha, freedom, liberation, with Ananda, bliss, joy. Moksha, Ananda. Each and every breath, we practice our silent mantra as we inhale Moksha and we exhale Ananda. And we keep the silent mantra rotation within the breath, within the mind. We breathe in Moksha. We exhale Ananda. We keep our mind focused, our breath focused. And if we find that our mind wanders, when we become aware, we simply bring it back to our breath and realign with Moksha, Ananda. Moksha, Ananda. Moksha, Ananda. Moksha, Ananda. And now slowly starting to release Moksha, Ananda. Letting go, releasing those words as we come back to focus on our breath. We feel the inhales expanding through the body and the exhales releasing through the body. We fill the body with awareness with each and every breath. We take a moment here, thanking the body, thanking the mind, thanking our hearts that has brought us through the practice today and has brought us some moksha, some ananda, freedom, liberation, bliss, joy, and peace. And now let's move to our sides in our fetal position, preferably the left side if we can. And maybe giving ourselves a hug here. As we awaken the body, awaken the mind, as we feel more relaxed, centered, in touch with ourselves, connected, we start to come back up into our sitting position. Thank you for joining us today. Namaste. Have a wonderful day.